going on, everyone? Looks like I'm live again. Start off with the dollar. Looks like the dollar took a dive. Looks like it closed the inverted hammer, but we need to take out this whipsaw hammer down here. So look for support line at 99 and a quarter. Look for previous low breaks. I'm only concerned about that inverted hammer because it closed at its lows, making a double bottom. So watch for any kind of turnaround. And then if it does turn around, watch for resistance to come in and watch for any kind of rejection as another bearish retracement is going to come into resistance if it wants to pop up. That's my only concern. Otherwise, I'm very bearish on the dollar right now. Got to take out this whipsaw hammer at the support line. That's it. Looks pretty drastic. Watch out below. If it breaks support lines, it'll ride that range into the next previous highs. Use the previous highs as your support on the way down. And you can see that drastic turn on the dollar. Just a straight line. So look for some kind of a bounce into resistance. Watch a rejection over that support line. Watch volume as it goes across, as volatility will pick up rapidly. Look for increased volume over that support line. Bearish volume, by the way. S&P. Let's see what's going on with the S&P. I still have a reverse head and shoulders at a top, which is supposed to be at the bottom. I think we talked about that. So watch for this pattern to fail. And when patterns fail, watch for a really, really volatile time. It's looking like it's gearing up. We did close a bullish harami where the previous body of the candle is in, or the candle here is inside this candle here. It's a bullish harami. But bullish haramis are supposed to be at the bottom of charts. So this is at the top of the chart. Watch for patterns to fail. Look for previous low breaks and take a ride. Watch for that first pump back into resistance and then the rejection. So watch for the first initial and then watch for the retracement back into the bearish retracement back into resistance. That's going to be your best short. If it misses the mark and it doesn't have enough gusto to get back into resistance, all that double bearish. I got support at 223. I got a previous high break at 23, and then 22 and a half, or 22.75, and then all the way down to 21.87. I've been saying this for a while. That's those support lines that are keeping it up is very steep. The steeper the line, the less the support. Watch for look for these things to crack below. I mean, way overextended. It's got to retrace sometime. I don't even know what's going on. All the stores, all the retail stores closing. Doesn't look good out there. Dow Jones, same thing. Watch for previous low breaks. As this one actually came into resistance on a bearish retracement and got rejected. So look for the flat bottom breakdown. The bearish retracement is the last ditch effort to get above resistance before the pattern fails is intact, and now all we are waiting for is a previous low break. It's getting very, very close. Look for those big gap downs as the future market comes tumbling on in. Same with the NASDAQ. Came down into an area of support, bounced into resistance and got rejected. It could turn around. Anything could happen. Nothing's guaranteed. But I do have higher lows. So it could build from here. Watch for previous low breaks. We do have support by the 34 right below. So look for that. Any kind of bounces coming off of here, but look how steep that line is. It's straight up. I mean, there's nothing holding it up but a bunch of paper. It's just a paper. It's a paper show. Everything's a joke. The VIX, looks like the VIX came back into support. Let's see how that happened. You got the bust out and then they came back into support. Let's see if support will hold. Let's see if this will take another leg up. Nice. Previous high breaks, looks like it came into support. Use the previous highs as your support on the way up. Certainly could come back in a little bit more, but we'll see. Crude. Looks like crude's doing a bullish retracement back into support. The crossover had a double bottom here. AB bottom, higher low bottom, came across the 34 coming into support. I would use this little range right here as your support line. 50, looks like 54. Let's see if support holds for crude as it comes on in. I got a huge reverse head and shoulders. They took this thing way back.
Call from American Steel.
Thank you for calling Arizona Portable Buildings. Please visit our website, arizonaportablebuildings.com, for pricing. Sorry about that, I'm at work. Our office hours in Taylor are Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5. So this came all the way back into support off the support line, reverse head and shoulders, right shoulder, all the way back into support. God damn it. There we go. Jesus. Stupid machine won't turn off. So we got a reverse head and shoulders. We got higher lows here. Got an inverted hammer right here over support. Never, ever. Look at that inverted hammer. That started it all, and then we got a hammer here. Came across at 34, now it's coming back in to support. Higher lows throughout. Nice right shoulder. Let's see how powerful this thing is off the support line. And we'll also watch for patterns to fail, but that's a nice bottom pattern. It should pick up pace on the upside. Shanghai. Looks like it's bearish all of a sudden. I got a hammer over support, closing below the hammer, making this now a confirmed hanging man. It's hanging on by a thread over here. It most certainly could just be a whip right across the 34. So very thin line of support, closing on its lows, confirming a hanging man. We'll see what happens with this. If it breaks down, it's pretty much in no man's land. And it's going to be coming back into the next range. I got support at previous highs, 31, 32. I got previous high breaks at 31.30. I got previous highs all the way down. It could very nicely come all the way through this range. But we do have a very nice cup and handle. And unfortunately, the cup and handle calls lately have all failed. Imagine that. So there you go. Cup and handles are not that reliable, I would say. I haven't seen a a nice cup and handle break for a while. So look for this to break down into support somewhere. I got previous highs first at 3170. There we go. 10-year keeps on coming in. No bearish retracement needed. It tried here. But that was definitely rejected. Broke previous lows and just closed on its lows. Does not look good for the 10-year. That does not look good at all. No man's land is here. It's in the other below the gap. So it's going to fall into the next gap. I got 213 as support all the way into 2. Who knows where it's going to stop? It's closing on its lows, so it's likely to gap through resist or support into the next range. I got support at under 2. Let's see where it ends up. That does not look good though. Not good at all. Looks like the Nikkei had a little bearish retracement come in after the fall. Let's see if this will build from here. What we're looking for is we got a V bottom here. You can't really tell, but it's a spike low V bottom. What we're looking for is a cross above the 8 into the 13 and then retracing, making a higher low. If it builds, if not, it's going to break previous lows and continue. But right now, it pretty much stuck at resistance, so that's good. It didn't get rejected. It kind of did, but it's not a huge rejection call there. The wick is kind of, it's steady inside of the 8 there in the first level of resistance. So it hit previous lows, right? That's that 8, the magic of the 8, the first line of resistance. So it didn't really get rejected. It just kind of went through and kind of just stuck back into support kind of deal. It's right there. It's too close to call whether it's above or below support. Technically, it's below, but there's, like I said, there's no real rejection there. So what we have is a V bottom. What I'm looking for is a pop into the 13 in a higher low to come back in to test support lines, or this is just going to get rejected tomorrow morning and just fall over. Don't even need to ask. It's just going to fall. So watch for previous low breaks. I got bounced right off of this double bottom over here. So if that breaks down, it's likely to come all the way back in to previous highs. Pretty steep drop. Pretty steep. So this is not looking good at all. Previous low breaks, just took a dive. It's in no man's land. That's what no man's land looked like right there. Just out of no support coming in. I got support all the way over here, 2750. I got gap supports all the way down to previous high breaks at 20. Let's see where it ends. It's closing on its lows. Just a drastic drop off. It does have a what it looks like to be an inverted hammer. See how that closes out. Gold, just a lingering gold. We're waiting for this thing to pop over 13. That's the next move. That's the next move, right over 13. Once we get over 13, we can start building. Get above previous highs. Looks like 1307 is a nice place to be, above 13. If we can get above previous highs, use those as a support, we can take out this last little bit, no problem. But we need to start climbing. Worried a little bit because it's kind of just lingering. It's just flat. Just going sideways. The longer it waits, the momentum's going to die and it's going to fall over. So no indication yet that we have any kind of reversal or anything. We just need to keep building. Looks like we came into support on Monday, kind of bounced, and kind of lingered. So let's get this thing over 1300. Let's get it over 1310. Build support on the previous highs on the way up. Let's break into those previous lows, knock them out. Silver, you still working a reverse head and shoulders. Let's break that. Let's break it. So we broke that long line there. Now it's coming back into support. It's just building. Look at the averages. They're pointing up. Our trend is pointing up. We're just going to follow this thing all the way up and see what happens. Right now we're closing on the daily below the 8, but it's catching on the 13. Nice bounce back into the range. It's just trying to gather its legs. It's got one wick. Let's break previous highs, 1850. 1850 is still the mark. We need volume this time over 1850. No lingering sideways action. Watch a nice initial pop over the 1850, come back into support. That'll be your best buy. So a pop over the 18, bullish retracement. I don't know where it's going to hold, but watch that. Follow the support all the way in. Make a purchase at the break. Or better yet, watch it break and put your order in at the break. It'll come down and get you. Oh my God, come on. How hard is this? Really, seriously hard. Oh no, come on. Never mind, I'm just gonna do that. Jeez. Having a rough day over here. Trying to get my taxes done. See how much I'm paying the man this year. Seems like a lot. I don't get anything back. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but shit ain't worth it. It's like taxation without representation. I got copper breaking down, bearish retracing, following over. So I think we discussed this. The bearish retracement was in yesterday. It broke down, bearish flag into resistance, and just fell over. So look for a continuation as that consolidation, bearish consolidation, is now going to come back in. I got support at previous highs. It's bounced off of previous highs now. Look for it to follow through the range for support at 245. If that doesn't hold, we got previous highs all the way down to 230. So last line of defense, previous lows at 245. GDX, looking for a nice monster move out of these miners. Just coming back into support one more time. GDXJ, what a dumb move that was. Breaking lines of support, coming at the last lines of defense on that higher low. This is just a messed up cup and handle now. I don't know where that came from. Cup and handle is failing. Make sure we hold support lines. Last line of defense, I got previous lows, previous highs, previous lows, previous highs, previous lows. Got plenty of support. But this needs to climb, not dig in for another try. Don't feel good about that one. Nugget. Coming back into support. See how that broke out? Come back into support. GDXJ and JNUG just blow. Blow. Pretty sure it has to do with that reverse split. And I'm still not convinced that they need it. But if they say they need it to raise more money, I guess. It seems like they would make more money if they would just let this thing fly. It's just my opinion. Bitcoin above 1,200. And it looks like it wants to get some more. Left head, right shoulder. Watch the flat top break at about 1220. Take out that top, no problem. 1,300 and beyond. And we all know the measured move. So watch for that. Let's see how exciting this is going to be. It looks like I had a... So 2,100. I'll take 2,000. It's going to be a monster. So watch that flat top break on the right shoulder on the daily chart. Let's see if we can get this thing moving. Looks like it's raring to go. It's ready to pass resistance. Previous lows on that top. That 8 represents the previous lows on that top. Once it breaks into previous lows, it's liable to ride up that range. And then the flat top break, ultimate flat top break in and around 1,300. Boom. Looks like a monster. Let's look at AG. We're doing okay on AG. Coming back into support. Nothing to be bothered about on that. And uranium. I still love that uranium URRE. Nice consolidation after that first move. Busted across at 34th, coming into support. We're consolidating over support. Watch this to pick up. Watch the flat top break at 217. Let's definitely get above 2 before you start buying. Use 2 as your support. Use the previous highs as your support. It looks like it's raring to go. Anything's going to happen on this one. Looks like we got a little bounce off of support today. It's gathering its legs. As you can see the legs off of support. Those wicks pointing down, that's what I mean by gathering its legs. It's got legs. UEC, same thing, off of support. URA, looks like it needs a little help. But still, war is in effect, and I imagine these are going to start moving around a little bit more. I got a double bottom on this one too. Coming back into support. Let's see if support's got a hold on URA. And that's it. Oh, someone said to look at one of those stocks. And I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. And I can't really press pause. Anyways, on that one stock that you were talking about on the comment section, CLBL or something like that. I can't remember, I'm sorry, but look on the weekly chart. Look how all the resistance was all jumbled up and it was very wound up like a corkscrew, and you can see it pop on the weekly chart. Those are the kind of moves you want to look for. See if I remember next time, but I'll see you guys. I appreciate everyone, and let me know what's going on out there. Where are you?